Right now, someone you know is walking around with a shocking level of confidence, despite their complete lack of expertise. You might think I'm talking about that one person in your life who argues about everything, from politics to cooking, yet has never bothered to read a single book on the subject. But here's the kicker, they genuinely believe they're right. They don't just think they know it all, they feel it. This is the crux of the Dunning-Kruger Effect, a psychological phenomenon where the less someone knows, the more confident they feel in their knowledge. You might have experienced it yourself, maybe in a discussion where you felt an overwhelming certainty about something you barely understood. This phenomenon isn't just annoying, it's dangerous. And it's happening all around you. Stick with us as we unravel the layers of this cognitive bias and show you how it manifests in everyday life. The Dunning-Kruger effect was identified by psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger in 1999. They conducted studies that revealed a startling trend: individuals with low ability at a task often overestimate their ability. Imagine a novice chess player thinking they can beat a grandmaster just because they've won a few games against other beginners. This effect occurs because the skills required to perform a task are often the same skills needed to assess performance accurately. In other words, if you lack the knowledge, you are also unable to recognize your lack of knowledge. The result? A false sense of superiority. But don't be too quick to judge them. You've been there too, perhaps in a moment of overconfidence about your cooking skills or your understanding of a complex topic. The Dunning-Kruger effect is a universal human experience, affecting everyone from students to professionals, and understanding it is the first step towards mitigating its impact on your life. Consider the last time you attended a meeting at work. There's always that one colleague who insists on sharing their opinions on every matter, even topics they clearly know little about. You wonder how they can be so confident in their arguments. This is the Dunning-Kruger effect in full display. Research shows that when you lack knowledge, the confidence gained from it can be overpowering. It's like running a race where you think you're ahead but you're actually lagging behind everyone else. In a study conducted by Dunning and Kruger, participants were asked to rate their own competence in activities like logical reasoning, grammar, and humor. The results were staggering. Those who scored lowest on tests often rated their abilities as far above average. Think of it as a cognitive blind spot. This is not just an isolated incident, it's a common occurrence that plays a significant role in team dynamics and decision-making in various contexts, including the workplace or social groups. It's the irony of self-perception, where ignorance breeds confidence. Let's break it down with a real-life scenario. Imagine you're in a brainstorming session at work. Your boss presents a new project, and the room is filled with nervous energy. Suddenly, one junior employee jumps in with a series of outlandish ideas that seem utterly disconnected from the project goals. With every passing minute, their confidence grows, and they dismiss any constructive feedback. You might feel your frustration rising as you watch this unfold. This is the Dunning-Kruger effect at play. The employee lacks the necessary expertise yet feels emboldened to lead the conversation. The irony? Their overconfidence can derail the entire project, as they may influence others with their misguided ideas. This not only affects the outcome but also creates a toxic environment where valid contributions from knowledgeable individuals are overshadowed. Recognizing this pattern in your workplace can be crucial in ensuring that decisions are made by those who truly understand the task at hand. Now, let's tackle another critical arena: social media. Platforms like Twitter and Facebook are breeding grounds for the Dunning-Kruger effect. Scroll through your feed, and you'll likely come across individuals passionately asserting their opinions on complex issues, from climate science to economic policies, without any real basis for their claims. Often, they parade their ignorance as if it were gospel. A study by the Pew Research Center found that those who are the least informed about a topic are often the most vocal about their opinions online. This creates a ripple effect, where misinformation spreads rapidly, often with disastrous consequences. Consider the rise of conspiracy theories during the pandemic. They proliferated in part because people felt confident enough to share their unsupported beliefs. Social media amplifies this effect by providing a platform where confidence can drown out expertise, leading to a distorted view of reality. It's essential for you, as an individual, to develop the critical skills needed to sift through the noise and recognize when someone is simply projecting confidence without any substance. So how can you protect yourself from the Dunning-Kruger effect, both when you encounter it in others and when you find it creeping into your own assessments? Firstly, cultivate a mindset of humility. Recognize that no one knows everything, and that feeling confident does not equate to being knowledgeable. Engage in continuous learning. The more you educate yourself in various fields, the better equipped you are to recognize the limits of your understanding. Surround yourself with diverse perspectives, listen to experts and challenge your own viewpoints. When you hear someone make an overly confident statement, pause and evaluate it critically. Ask yourself if they have the expertise to back it up. This self-awareness can help dismantle the effect not just in others but in yourself too. Remember, confidence without competence is a dangerous combination, and your ability to discern this can lead to better decision-making in every aspect of your life. The Dunning-Kruger effect has a darker side that often goes unnoticed. Overconfidence can lead to disastrous outcomes, especially in high-stakes environments. Consider the case of an inexperienced pilot who, due to their lack of awareness, decides to take off in inclement weather despite warnings from air traffic control. Their confidence blinds them to the realities of their situation, leading to catastrophic results. In business, overconfident leaders may steer their companies into crises by ignoring expert advice and assuming they know better. This blind trust in one's abilities not only endangers the individual but also affects teams and organizations as a whole. It can create an echo chamber where only the loudest voices are heard, drowning out valuable insight and critical thinking. The Dunning-Kruger effect is not just a personal flaw, it's a societal issue that can have far-reaching implications. Recognizing the Dunning-Kruger effect in yourself and others is paramount to combating its influence. Start by observing behaviors in discussions. Does the individual quickly dismiss others' inputs, or do they insist on their perspective without acknowledging differing viewpoints? Do they seem unaware of their own limitations? Consider their expertise level versus their confidence in expressing their opinions. Another telltale sign is the tendency to oversimplify complex issues. If someone is reducing a multifaceted situation to black and white terms, that's a red flag. Be wary of those who frequently engage in anecdotal evidence rather than supporting their arguments with credible sources. Being aware of these signs can help you navigate conversations more effectively and ensure that you're basing your decisions on sound reasoning rather than mere bravado. One of the most effective ways to combat the Dunning-Kruger effect is by actively seeking feedback. This is crucial in both personal and professional growth. When you invite others to critique your work or ideas, you open the door to constructive criticism that can illuminate your blind spots. It's not always easy to hear, but feedback can provide a reality check. For instance, if you're working on a project and feel overly confident about your skills, ask a colleague for their opinion. They might highlight areas you hadn't considered, fostering a deeper understanding of your capabilities and limitations. Remember, growth requires vulnerability. By acknowledging that you don't have all the answers and inviting input from others, you'll create a more inclusive environment where knowledge can flourish. Embracing feedback is a sign of strength, not weakness. Education plays a pivotal role in mitigating the Dunning-Kruger effect. When you pursue knowledge, you become more adept at recognizing what you don't know. This awareness can foster humility and a desire for continuous learning. Whether it's enrolling in professional development courses, attending workshops, or simply reading widely, each step you take towards increasing your knowledge can build a buffer against overconfidence. Consider this: a study from the University of Michigan found that individuals who engage in lifelong learning are less likely to overestimate their abilities. They're more aware of the complexities surrounding various issues. So, challenge yourself to step outside your comfort zone. Dive into subjects that seem daunting or unfamiliar. You'll not only increase your competence but also enhance your ability to critically assess your own skill set. A growth mindset is fundamental when it comes to overcoming the Dunning-Kruger effect. This concept, popularized by psychologist Carol Dweck, emphasizes that abilities can be developed through dedication and hard work. Instead of viewing intelligence as a fixed trait, embrace the belief that you can always improve. With this mindset, you'll be more open to learning from failure and less likely to fall into the trap of overconfidence. For example, if you struggle with a new skill, instead of dismissing it as something you're not good at, view it as an opportunity to grow. Surround yourself with individuals who embody this mindset, as they can further inspire you to aim higher and seek knowledge rather than rest in a false sense of superiority. A growth mindset not only benefits you on an individual level but also fosters a culture of learning and improvement within teams and organizations. But here's the uncomfortable truth: you, too, have likely fallen prey to the Dunning-Kruger effect. Everyone has moments where they felt overly confident about something they barely understood. Perhaps it was a time you argued passionately about a topic only to realize later you were misinformed. Or a project at work that you thought you could handle alone, only to struggle halfway through. It's easy to dismiss this as a flaw in others, but it's important to hold a mirror to ourselves. Recognizing that this effect is universal can foster compassion and understanding in our interactions. Instead of ridiculing those who display overconfidence, perhaps consider that they, too, are navigating their own cognitive biases. Embrace this awareness as a learning opportunity, not just for yourself, but for those around you, as we all strive to achieve a more nuanced understanding of the world. The Dunning-Kruger effect is a powerful reminder of the complexities of human psychology. It urges us to reflect on our perceptions and to seek a deeper understanding of our limitations. As you navigate conversations and decisions in your life, remember to question your own confidence and stay open to learning. By doing so, you'll become more adept at recognizing not only your blind spots but also those of others. If you found this exploration of the Dunning-Kruger effect enlightening, we invite you to subscribe to Mind Unlocked for more insights into the hidden workings of the human mind. Share this video with friends to help them recognize this effect in their lives, and let's foster a community where knowledge and self-awareness flourish.